This game is one of my favorites in the city builder genre, Banished. Now, Banished came out, back in 2014 in February, and I've been playing this game almost since then. I've played a ton of this game, and I've always found it to be really fun, and I thought, why not go ahead and get an actual Banished playthrough up on the channel? We have a lot going on, so I thought, why not hop in, and let's relax a little bit with a little bit of Banished. Now, I do play with a couple different mods, guys, not a whole lot, just some things to make things a little bit easier. A lot of it's just like making it so you get a little bit more stuff per like resource that you harvest, because the amount that you get doesn't really make a whole lot of sense sometimes. And then also just adding a couple other small buildings for us. You guys will see as we go through, but it's just kind of my quality of life things that I like to add in, as well as having a medium plus difficulty that I start with. Medium plus, all it is it's medium difficulty, but it gives me a herd of livestock to start with, so it's pretty good. Let's get a town name, Benningtownville. We gotta go with that, Benningtownville. I'm gonna go ahead and redo my map, see about 3 or 4 times here. Valleys is good, terrain size is gonna be large, and honestly, that we're even gonna play with disasters on, and climate, it's gonna be mild, and let's go for it. Now, like I said, Banished for me is kind of one of those sit back, relax, and play games. A lot of people could find Banished to be kind of difficult, but not really for me. I've actually found Banished to be quite simple in itself. Oh, and I started with sheep. Isn't that just wondrous? I started with some actual sheep. Okay, so a couple things that I need to do right off the bat when you're starting in Banished. First of all, let's take a little bit of a look around. I got a nice little peninsula right here, lots of water near that river, good amount of area over here for some mines, but there's not really like a ton of room for spreading out. I'm gonna have to like make an outpost somewhere else, I think. Here, let me take a little bit of a look around. I suppose I could like build up here and then over to this area and have like this be like a farming area. Oh, I'm really blocked in here. I started with sheep, but I'm very blocked in. All right, let's go ahead and get some stuff started. The first thing I need to get started is getting our boarding house in. This is important. This is where our people are going to live for right now, so we're going to slap that bad boy in right there. All right, now I'm going to go ahead and get myself some roadage, and we are going to just go ahead and... Oh, I built that in a poo-poo location. I built my boarding house in a poo-poo location. That's okay. I'm just going to go ahead and bring some road out like this and over like that. And then I'm going to start by going right here into... Is it snowing? Why is it snowing? It shouldn't be snowing. It's not snowing time. It's springtime. I'm going to go here. I'm going to start off by grabbing this, getting myself my pasture in immediately. We need to get a pasture built, so I'm going to go ahead and do that. And then also let's go ahead and just get these resources right there taken care of. Okay, so they're going to start working on that. While they're doing that, I need to set up my AI. The first thing is I need to have my event log, but that needs to go over there. Then I need to have my resources. That needs to go up right there. And then also, can I have my citizens? My citizens, those need to go down there for me. And then finally, I think I need to show my limits here. And resource limits are going to go just right about... I don't tend to keep this one up very often, but I'm going to try it out, leaving it up right there. Now, let's go through, and I'm immediately going to set all of these to 2,000. Because these are all of our basic resources. Okay, tools, I'm going to set this to 150. I'm going to set this to 50,000. Herbs to 1,000. Clothes to 150. And alcohol to 1,000. Because, well, I mean, you know why. Okay, there we go. So that's good. That's about what we needed there. So now we have everything going. I need a couple builders, so I'm going to go ahead and give myself 2 builders to start so we can go ahead and get this going. And then I'm going to start spreading out over here. I need to future-proof myself. So let's start off with a couple of farms. So if this is where my houses are going to be, I'm going to try to bring some farms up right here. We're going to do some 10 by 10s. I'm going to do 2 10 by 10s. And then I'm going to go ahead and prioritize both of those. There we go. I prioritized both of those, so the builders are going to get to work on that. And then finally, I'm just going to go ahead and speed up a little bit. My resource cap disappeared, but honestly, that's not super important. What is important is being able to see how much Benningtownville has in resources right here. So, early spring. We still have some time. If we can get these complete, we can get a couple farmers in here. With the boarding house, we're not really going to get more people, but we should be okay. It's like they're already getting all the logs there delivered. We have one thing over here to get there. Let's go up to ×5. ×5 seems like a good speed. People shouldn't die then. And let's go with squash. Squash is pretty good. We're going to get one person working at that farm field. So that way they can start getting that put down. And then I think the next one, was potatoes. Is that what I had? The other one was potatoes? Yes, it is potato. Okay, so we have squash and potato. And we're just going to make that work too. Reserve of logs is low. Yeah, well, you know, that happens when you're building all of this stuff. But like I said, that's why I went and got the extra resources. I'm going to really quick. I'm going to need more storage room. So this is what I'm going to do. I'm going to grab some more roads here. I have regular dirt roads. I'm going to bring these regular dirt roads up over here like that. Bring this over here like that. I know we have that line right there. But then I'm going to make some storages that are right here that are going to come back to as far back here as I can. So how far back here can I can go to there. Can't put that road there. So I'm going to bring this up until we get that tree cut down. There we go. Okay, now storage yard. I'm going to go ahead and grab myself a storage yard. And I'm honestly, it's too large. Okay. So if this is 11 by 12, that means I can get a 6 by 8 and a 5 by 8. There we go. And that will end up being more room for storage yard for us. Here, let's go ahead and get this to potatoes. And let's get another farmer. Very good. Okay. So honestly, that should be us for food. Good. They moved all the food and firewood in there for them, so they have stuff that they can eat. That's very good. Can I empty this? I wonder if there's a way that I can empty that. Let me see. Path, camera mode. As much as I'd love to see camera mode, we don't need that. Okay. It doesn't really look like it. It's fine. All right, let's put the sheep in here, and then I'm going to go ahead and get a herdsman. And is that all of the sheep? I think that's all the sheep. And that should be all of our food and our wool needs taken care of right away. But there are a couple other things that we need to have handled almost immediately. And that is a forester, a hunter, a gatherer, a fisher. There's a lot of things that we're going to need to knock out almost immediately. So let's go ahead and let's start getting some work done on that. I'm going to grab some more dirt road here. And I'm going to bring it out this way. And I'm going to bring it up this way. Because this is where I'm going to have some of these buildings. Up in this foresty area up here a little bit. I know it's some distance from the town. But I think it'll be okay. So, let's go ahead and grab resource production. I'm going to need a forester's lodge. Okay. And then I'm going to go ahead and just rotate that about right there. There we go. So that's going to take care of all that. While we're over here, I'm just going to go ahead and say get all this stone out of here. Because they don't need the stone in the area of the forester and any iron as well. Any iron that's over here needs to go. So our laborers will take care of that for us while it's still springtime. And then also, I'm going to go ahead and grab an herbalist because the health of our people is super important. So I'm going to make sure our people stay healthy. And then let's do a gather because variety of food is also important to your people. So I'm going to get a gatherer down and then a hunter. Even though we have that livestock already, we're going to go ahead and we're going to do that. So, why do I do New Game Plus? It's more or less just ensuring that you are not going to fail, right, within the first couple days. I do the medium plus scenario because I have failed before in those small scenarios before, and I did not like that I did. All right, let's see. Let's get I want to get a couple orchards in here as well. I'm going to put one right now. I'm going to end up with a second. Actually, you know what? Let's not do a second orchard right there. Let's do a small storage yard. Small stockpile right there as well. And then I'm going to tell them, hey guys, go through and let's get all these rocks out of here. Let's get all that out of there. We don't need any of that in there. That too. There we go. Okay. So what that's going to do is it's going to make it, not only now do we have, oh my lord, that got a huge yield. That got a huge yield for that. The potatoes did not get a huge yield. Potatoes yield actually is kind of poopy dukes. But this is going to get 100% yield, and it's not even autumn. Heck yeah, they're already harvesting that. So there goes a whole bunch of food for us. Now we have 0 in storage, but if we look in the inventory in here, there's still over 1,000 potatoes in there, so they would have been fine. You got up to like 60%, it looks like. Well, I mean, it came up a little bit more while they were doing the harvesting. It did come up a little bit more, so maybe close to 70% for this guy here while he's going through and making that harvest. So it wasn't the best yield in the world, but you know what? We got a good amount of potatoes there. How much did we get? Current season, 200 and some, so probably about 500 potatoes. And how much for the squash? We got about 252. Okay. That's not too bad for us to get started. That's not shabby. That's not great, but it's not too bad. Let's go ahead and let's start getting some other stuff here. Let's go ahead and start setting ourselves up for a fishing hut. Now, I can do fishing 2 different ways. For me, I can either do standard fishing docks, which are great, right? Standard fishing dock, everybody loves your standard fishing dock. Right, there you go, fishing dock. In fact, you know what? I'm just going to put one in. Boop, there's a fishing dock. Cool. Or, for me, I could do a fish farm. It's another way to get fish. It's not quite as efficient as a fishing dock, but for me, I use this for starts when I start the game, and it ended up that I didn't end up getting near a river or a lake or anything like that. That's why I have that. I don't tend to use it until late game if I have a river, because it's not really needed. But if I was to say, like, maybe come over here, right? And I was to build something like deep in here, like somehow like right here, right? If I was to build a city in here, I would use that fishing dock, that fishing thing. But there's plenty of lakes, there's plenty of rivers, so right now I don't need that. Okay. How are we doing? The builders are still working hard. I guess they're trying to get all this up over here. Let's get our forester going immediately. I'm going to give them one forester. Start doing that. Uh-oh. 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 I almost messed everything up here. I almost messed everything up. I need a woodcutter's lodge. I didn't even think about how important that is. I need that building. And I need to prioritize that building because, yeah, we need that building. Very good. Okay. So now that's going to get prioritized. They're going to go ahead and work that out. And they're going to deliver up. All of our laborers are going to deliver that up there. Our forester is going to start gathering logs for us, which is great. Because we need our forester to start giving logs to the woodcutter so we can make more firewood. Right now we only have 60 extra firewood. There is a decent amount in here, 131 in here. But we're still going to need a whole lot more. Okay. So, how else are things going? How are you doing? You've got me 6 wool this last season with all 8 sheep in there working. So once they start having babies, we'll start harvesting the sheep and we'll start getting more stuff. All right. So, future proofing for me. What I think I'm going to do is I think that I'm going to, maybe in this area right over here, I'm going to set up a tailor and a blacksmith. I'm going to build a road right over here that I can use. Just right back over here. Just like that. So that's going to give me some dirt road. And then what I'm going to end up doing is grabbing these houses, right? Because I can put in houses. And I'm going to spot some houses along behind here. And if I can, I'm going to leave this side area open like this so I can put down... what house did I just use for that? I don't even know what house I used for that. Oh, no. Here. We don't want any of that. We can't have not knowing what houses we're getting. Here. Oop, here. What is it? This one? Remove road. Oh, no. Remove building. That's the one. All right, cool. So, let's see here. I'm going to actually take some road to make sure that that doesn't happen and just run it right up the side of this. There we go. There. Now I can actually get that in. Ooh, the woodcutter's done. Very good, very good, very good. Let's get that going. Fuel limit's 2,000. I'm sure that they'll get lots of wood cut for us. I'm sure that they're going to produce plenty of fuel. All is going to be good. Looking forward to it. Okay. We are almost through our first year. We're hitting winter right now. Things are cold. Everybody's cold, but we're getting through it pretty good, actually. Getting through it pretty good. But we can do better. So, let's go ahead and let's get a couple other things lined up. Our fishery needs resources, and we actually have some resources. That's not too bad. Actually, before we do all of that, the forester's doing his stuff, right? The forester's doing his thing, providing logs. Very good. How close are we on any of these? All of these, no progress at all. The hunting cabin, the gatherer, and the herbalist, nothing there. All right. All right. And then, have we had to slaughter any of these yet? Nope, we have not. So, we might need more builders, but honestly, I think that our laborers just need to hurry up and get it done. I think is what needs to happen, is that they just need to hurry up and get their work done as quick as they can. So, if you need people to get things done a little bit faster than Banished, you just click it up to times 10 speed. That's what you do. Now, we're not making any kids right now, which worries me. The fact that we don't have any kids being born is actually kind of creepy. Jeriel has become an adult. Okay. Bernard. Okay. And Anna Elizabeth. Holy name. That is impressive. All right. Anna Elizabeth. I'm going to have to remember that one. All right. Let's go over here. Let's take a look at the houses. Let me see. Which ones do I want to go with? I kind of like these ones because they're like little two-story-ish houses. So I think I'm going to do those ones. Okay, I'm going to put these in right here. This is the start of getting our neighborhood built. Just make sure that everything's all lined up here. And I'm going to start with 4. I'm going to start off with 4 right behind our boarding house. I think that that's going to be a pretty good start for us. 4 houses right there. That's going to give some people room to get out and start having kids. It's going to make it so we don't boom, because I always try to avoid population booms before I get my town hall. Once I have my town hall, then boom all the way, my friends. Boom all the way, because then I'm going to start getting nomads in, and we're going to pull those in, and we're just going to get tons of people flowing in, diversifying that gene pool, if you know what I'm saying, and be able to really grow our town a lot more. Wow, these potatoes are doing way, way better this year than they did last year. You can't tell me that that was all because of... Maybe it was just the farmer. Maybe it was the farmer. Maybe it was the dirt. Something with it. But, hey, we got it. No. It's a good thing I got this other stockpile being built. Go ahead and get a farmer up over here. And then I'm going to go ahead and tell you, yep, grow pecans for me. There we go. Orchards take a couple years before you actually start getting any harvest from them. So I'm not really expecting much from that. In fact, it's literally just taking away a laborer to grow some trees for you. But for now, we'll use it. We'll use it. Food situation, honestly, is poopy dukes. We need our food situation to become better. So how do we do that? Fisheries. You guys know me if you've watched any of my other city builders that are like this, where you have to like survive, whether it is Foundation, or I've played Banished in the past, or other games that are like these. Even like there's another one called like Paragon, I believe it's called, or something like that. I always start with a fishery. You should always start with the fishery if you can. It's a good constant source of food that they get fish from year round, and it'll keep people happy. It'll keep people healthy. There they go. They're already getting that built just like that. Wow. Come on, finish it. Finish it. Don't just walk away. I know you're tired, but you gotta finish it. You gotta finish what you started. How's food in here? Food in here could be better. It could be better. but I think that we're doing all right. We are going to get a fisherman over here. Go ahead and get one working over there. And that is going to get plenty of people. I'm actually going to pull another builder off because we don't need the houses that quickly. And this stuff up here really is getting built up fast. Like, that's the herbalist. The herbalist is good. But our people are moderately healthy, so I'm going to grab an herbalist. This is a gatherer's hut. I probably should build some houses over here with these, just to give people kind of some space to live over here. What else I kind of really want to do? I think I really want to do this. I do this every now and then, and I think I want to do it now for this playthrough. I think I want to throw in a market right here. Markets are really good for your people. Markets are a good place for them to go and get all their stuff. That's why I said I think I'm going to do it. I always throw the idea back and forth whenever I'm playing. I'm always like, do I want to do the market right this playthrough, or do I want to just make them go to the stock houses to get it? I think I'm going to do the market because it gives me a good place to be able to like build neighborhoods around it and stuff like that. So I think I'm going to do that. One of the things, also, I feel like I'm talking really fast today. One of the things that you'll notice by my playthroughs is that a lot of the time I build everything really close, because in Banished you can start to run out of room. I mean, the maps are only so big, right? And I mean, I have built massive areas in this game before, so you only have so much room. So I like to try to get a little bit extra room for us when we're going through and doing stuff like that. How are we doing over here? Did we get any mutton yet? We did. Fantastic. That's good, because we needed that food really bad. So is it in here now? Potatoes and squash. Most of it's in there. They must be eating it already. Enjoy your fish. We also have that now too. Okay. I missed my town hall. I really missed my town hall. I feel like without my town hall, I'm almost blind. Yeah, look at how nice that is. That right there already. Boom. Already getting that up right there. I have that there. I think I'm going to do a line of houses right here. I think that I'm going to do a line of houses right here. Yeah, because that literally matches up almost perfectly with that road right there. So I think I'm going to do a line of houses. So let's see. Which ones do we want to do? No, I like that one. It's got a little deck out front. Let's do the one with the deck out front. Then we have a little bit of room right here. I'm going to see if I can just squeeze in a little stockpile right there. I'm always looking for areas to fit in more stockpiles. I would try to fit one in right here, but this is literally too small. You have to have them at least 2 wide. So that is probably going to be my only spot of what am I going to put there? Probably nothing. But there we go. A little bit of stockpile action. They got more place where they can stock everything up. I have so much stone. The reserve of tools is getting low. That is a problem. Let's go ahead and let's start to build out a little bit of an area. Right over here actually is probably where it's going to end up going. Let's make... I'm just gonna do a little bit of planning here. Right? So if I come here and I'm looking at this and I wanted to put this in... That couldn't have gone anywhere over there. I always have a problem with these. Okay, so it looks like a mine can't go on this side. What about on this side? Ooh, a mine could go right there. Okay, so I could put a mine right there. So I'll leave that area down there open. So let's do this up here. Let's go ahead and grab a blacksmith. Where's your blacksmith? Here is your blacksmith. Alright, I'm going to put this in line with this road right here. Go. Reserve of logs is low. The reserve of logs is low. Oh, and we have a couple houses already coming in. Okay, gather. Let's go ahead and get you going. And can I get another forester? I feel like I'm going to need another forester. The one is good, but it's just not providing enough logs. It's just not providing enough logs. Okay. And resource gather all of this up. I need more resources, so resource gather all of that. It's just in the way for now. Oh, I have no food to give to you guys. You got one root. That's not good. Can I get another fisher? Oh, I don't have any food. Oh, no, my people came up too fast. Okay. There is a surefire way to make sure we don't die, and that is to cull your livestock. That'll get people some food until the harvest. That way people don't start... Oh, somebody's dying of starvation. Oh, no. Oh, no, it has begun. We can recover, though. It's not a big deal. We'll recover. We'll get a whole bunch of food right here from doing this. It won't be a big deal. We just have to build more farms. That's what I need to do. I need more farms. So let's go ahead and let's get another farm right here. A 7x10 farm there, and then let's do a 10x10 right there. A couple more people died of starvation, of course, but that's okay. I'm going to get another squash field in here, get another farmer in there for that. There we go. Here comes the food now. So people should be okay. I wasn't paying close enough attention to my food stat there, and that did become a problem. Okay, good. So we're getting quite a bit more fish here. Oh, and winter came early. No, we're losing crops. No. Oh, this could be really bad.